Hello students, this is Devarjana Raut, lecturer in computer science. We have been discussing in our previous slides about some of the operations on linear array. We have already discussed the first operation, that is traversing on the linear array, and algorithm for that. In our today's slide, we will be discussing about insertion and deletion in linear array. We already know what is insertion. Insertion refers to the operation of adding any new element to the collection of the array. Deletion refers to the operation of removing any one element from the collection of the array. So let A be the collection of data elements in the memory of computer. Insertion is to add one element to the collection of array A. Deletion is to remove one element from the collection of array A. Basically, insertion and deletion are of three types. That is, insertion at the beginning of the array, or insertion at the end of the array, or insertion at any given or any desired position of the array. Similarly, deletion also is of three types, that is deletion at the beginning of the array, deletion at the end of the array, and deletion at any desired location of the array. So we will be discussing the algorithms for insertion and deletion of all of these cases or of all of these types. So let's start. So insertion of an element at the end of linear array can be easily done provided by the memory space allocated for the array is large enough to accommodate the additional element. Whereas in other hand, suppose we need to insert an element at the middle of the array, then on average half of the elements must be moved downward to new location in order to accommodate the new element and keeping the order of the other elements. And so as in the case of deleting an element in the end of the array represents no difficulties. We will be simply deleting the last element and we will be decreasing or removing the upper bound by 1. But deleting of elements somewhere in the middle of the array requires some extra effort, that is, each substituent element will be moved one location upward in order to fill up the array. So let's start with the algorithm for insertion. Insertion into the end of the linear array. Here A is a linear array. A is the name of the linear array with max elements, that is, max variable is taken for the total size of the array or maximum length of the array. And next, k is the positive integer such as, or k is the position, we can say, of each and every element in the array. So the value of k is always less than equal to the max value. The algorithm basically inserts a new element. In insertion, the algorithm basically inserts a new element of data into the any position of the array. Here we will be discussing at the end of the linear array. So let A be an array of size max. Here max we already know is equal to the length of the array, that is, the formula for it is LB minus UB plus 1. Next, First, in the case of insertion, either it may be insertion at the beginning, or it may be insertion at the end, or it may be insertion at any given location. We first need to be sure about if the array is not overflowing. That is, if the array is not full. If we will find the array is completely full, then where we are going to insert a new element? So at the very first step, we need to see, or we need to check if the array is having some space so that a new element can be inserted. For checking that, we need to check if the upper bound is equal to max minus 1. If it will be satisfying the formula, that is upper bound equal to max minus 1, then we will know that the array is basically full, and if we are going to insert a new element, it will overflow. So if it satisfies upper bound equal to max minus 1, then we will be printing overflow. We will print the term overflow and we will exit. If it is not going to satisfy, that upper bound is not equal to max minus 1, then we will be coming to the next step, that is we will read the data. Okay, reading the data means what is the data we basically want to input in the array, or we want to insert in the array. So next step is to read the data. At the third step, we will be discussing upper bound is equal to upper bound plus 1. So as we are going to insert any element at the end of the linear array, so what we need to do, we will increase the upper bound value by 1. So if the upper bound value of an array is 4, for example, the lower bound is 0 and the upper bound is 4. Okay. So for example, there are 5 elements in the array. Then what it is going to do, it will increase the upper bound by 1, that it will make the upper bound to 5. Okay. After making the upper bound 5, that is, that upper bound position is empty because there is no data element or there is no information stored in that upper bound. Now we will assign the data we have read or we have taken input in that upper bound location. So here in the fourth step, we will be doing that A of upper bound is equal to data. Okay, so A of new upper bound in which there was no data elements, it will be taking the input that we have read data, it will be assigned that data to that upper bound position. Now we have already inserted the data, we have already increased the upper bound by 1, our work is done. Now finally what we are going to do, we will be running the step 5, that is we will stop and exit. So this is the algorithm for insertion at the end of the linear array, in which at the first step we need to check if the array is overflowing, that is if the array is full or empty. If it is full, then we will print overflow and exit. If it is empty or if there is some space there, then we are going to read the data that we want to insert in the array. After reading the data, we will increase the upper bound value. What it will be, the given upper bound value, we will be increasing it by 1. So what it happens, it basically makes one memory allocation or makes one space and also is assigned as upper bound. Now in that given space or acquired space, we will be inserting data or we will assign the data. After assigning, our work is done. We will normally stop and exit. So this is the entire algorithm for insertion at the end of the linear array. I hope you must be understanding this algorithm. In our next slide, we will be discussing about algorithm for insertion at the beginning of the linear array. Thank you.